Hey guys, this is Dr. McFarland, and in this video, we're going to go over a very misunderstood thing about the Headrush. And I actually talked with a fellow Headrusher here just a moment ago, and he was asking, I was asking him what he thought I should do tonight. He goes, "Hey, let's show everybody all the high gain amps that are in the Headrush." I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea, because people keep thinking that the Headrush doesn't have high gain amplifiers, and it does. So now it may not have the exact amp that you want, but it doesn't matter. There are plenty of high gain amps, and once you get to a certain amount of gain, I swear they're all going to sound the same anyway. So so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a rig here, and let's go ahead and let's look at some of these amps that we have. So we obviously have a Plexi, you know, the Marshall kind of stuff. The Lead 800, if you're from the 80s and you listen to any kind of, you know, metal, pop rock, whatever music from that era, it was all high gain stuff, you know. So if you can't get a high gain sound with the Lead 800, then you're not doing it right. So I hate to be harsh, but it's just the truth. Now a Mezzo Boogie M2, that is total brutality right there. So now the M2 lead cap, that's reducing the gain to the preamp section, so therefore you're not getting as much gain. But the M2 lead, that is all high gain all the time. The Saldano extended range, and even the drive, both of those are extremely high gain. Now when you get to the tread, the Mezzo Boogie tread plate, like the dual rec kind of stuff, you still get high gain tones, but you just get it in different degrees. So I'll look at this tonight, and then we'll also look at the red channel from the Bogner is this high gain channel. The blue is the clean, the green is kind of like the crunch, and then the red is the highest gain. So we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and look at that one. Actually, and I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to do a custom IR. And I have a video coming out tomorrow with some impulse responses, comparisons. So let's go ahead and do, just for fun, let's do a creamback. Okay, this should be the Celestion creamback impulse response. And I'll have a lot of different impulse responses in here. But what we're going to say is save new rig, bog, red, viewer suggested Headrush rigs. Bam. All right, so here we go. I'm playing through the brand new, to me, Headrush FRFR 108 speaker. Okay, check this out real fast. And look how tiny and cute that is. Now, see this right there? That is a dent. So whoever shipped this to me, I'm not going to say the store name. It was some store off of reverb.com. They didn't say anything in the description about you know, it being damaged, but it does have a little dent. And when you can push on this a little bit. So maybe somebody was, I don't know, it got damaged, but I don't care. I got like a B stock, I think 10% off or something anyway. So I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm an adult, so whatever. And I'd rather not have to do the hassle of sending it back, sending me a new one. Just forget it. I'll just use it as it is. It's fine. All right. So what we're doing is we're using the red channel and the and a creamback impulse response. All right. So here's the 108 and a Bogner. All right, so few things that we can do. All right. I know a lot of you, when you think of high gain, you're thinking like shred, thrash, metal, like ultra scooped, you know, tons of high end. It's like, all right, I get it. Okay. So we have a bright, we have a boost. First of all, what you can do is turn down the bass. Let's turn it all the way down. All right, the more gain you have on the amp, the less bass you need. All right, it's just a motto I live by. So, something like that. So let's turn up the presence a little bit. All right, it's still got plenty of gain. Let's turn the volume all the way up. All right, what's up, Jean-Claude? I know you're going deaf, but you're gonna love this video. I am glad you're watching. And also on the impulse response, I am using the high cut to around 12. You can bring up the low cut a little bit to maybe like 120 or so. All right, so Jean-Claude, we are working on high gain tones in this video, okay? So back to the amp. We can do everything that we need to do based on the amp. So, okay, I'll check that later. Now what I want to do is I want to reduce the gain. All right, so notice with the gain all the way down, we still have plenty of bite. Okay, now we're going to slowly bring up the gain. I feel like I need the tune. Let me tune real fast. And the Headrush tuner works great. I do have a new camera live stream setup that I received today. I will be getting that worked out, all the bugs worked out and whatnot, and hopefully be live streaming with better quality audio and video for next week. So yeah, it might. I think I have it up. I might have it really loud. Craig, I think they both sound the same. They both sound the same. Now, I might have this a little too loud, so let me just turn it down a little bit. Because if it's compressing, it means the audio, the camera audio is compressing. I don't want that to happen. So let me just turn it down a little bit. All right, let's bring up the gain a little bit more. All right, so now from here, we have a few different options. Excuse me. All right, appreciate that, Jay, for letting me know. All right, so we have the desired amount of gain. So now we can change the tonality by applying some different EQs. So here's what we can do. Let's work on, very similar to a video I worked on for the website this week. Let's see what happens if we go with a few different EQ settings here. All right, that's not going to work. Let's do it before the amp. All right, not too fond of that. Let's see what brighter does. All right, so I'm just kind of messing around a little bit and seeing. That's interesting. Let's put it before the amp. So before the amp is going to filter out those frequencies, after the amp is going to basically make those frequencies be more heard. Let's try less honk. All right, I don't think I need the Perry EQ. All right, that's fine. So that is the Bogner red channel. Plenty of gain, I think, for most things you would need. All right, let's see what happens if we apply the graphic EQ. And I'm going to do my solo boost thing. Yeah. So let's not make it as loud. So you have the option here. You can put it after the amp and reduce the gain, or put it before the amp and raise the gain all the way up. So you're actually pushing more dirt into the front end. So right, so this actually makes it a little bit brighter. And maybe you like that. So let's reduce the gain all the way down to 0. And we'll just use it for its EQ abilities to change the sound and kind of sculpt the sound a little bit. All right, I like that. Let's take out the EQ real fast. Leave that in there. Now, I do like to have my IRs or cabs last, because if I'm using my my Quilter over here, I want to be able to bypass the impulse response in the. So I'll set it to IR 1024 in, and have the amp line out set to Alt. So therefore, I can bypass the IR, but have everything else going through the amplifier. So, woo! All right, that's fun. Hardware assign. We're going to take out the amp and the IR. I'll put the graphic EQ over here. That's fun. All right, so now we're going to do something real simple. We're going to leave the graphic EQ and the IR in there. And now we're going to say, save new rig. Let's do the Mesa. If I can type Mesa 2 viewer suggested Headrush rigs. All right, so I'm going to go in and change the amp now to this one. All right, pretty easy, right? So now I should have my Bogner and my Mesa. What I'll go ahead and do is say new set list. I'll scroll all the way down. I have a lot of rigs in here I need to filter out, I guess. So Bogner, Mesa, just by touching, it's going to add them in. Say save new set list. This is going to be viewer suggested Headrush rigs. Numero 23. Congrats, guys. We made it 23 episodes by now, so that's pretty cool. All right. Light side, what trouble are you having? Oh, okay. Yeah, let me check the comments real fast. Rickmas, I have those on my computer, and I will be loading your rigs to the cloud tonight for sure. Okay, sorry it took me a little while to get that, but they will be on the cloud, so check that out. Transferring this to the actual Headrush. Okay, got it. Yeah, be careful not to be adding random rigs to your set list. So And I do have this in rig mode, so as I add my rigs, they'll just be lined up across the back switches here. So so here's the mezza with all the same settings. Oh, tons of gain. Here's the Bogner again. And back to mezza. Now the mezza naturally has a scoop sound to it. All right, so let's bring down the drive a little bit and let's raise the volume up. And I'm just kind of messing around here. So the bass is all the way down. Let's turn some treble up here. Let's bypass the graphic EQ. All right, turn it back on. All right. Still, I think there's plenty of what am I saying? Plenty of volume here. Plenty of gain is what I'm going for. All right, back to Bogner. If you don't like that sound, we can raise some bass back up a little bit if you want. I don't care. Whatever. All right. Back to mezza. All right. So I'm in standard. Yeah, they definitely like the deeper tunings. That's for sure. You can't gent unless you're in like drop C or something. Which I did tune my classical guitar to open C tuning, so it has a cool like deep sound to it. It's pretty neat. All right, let's go to the Saldano now. So we're gonna do SOLEXT. Viewer suggested Headrush rigs, and then we're gonna go and change the amp. Okay. There we are. All right, so we got gain, presence, master, and so on. Let's turn the gain down. Just see what happens. How much gain can we get away with? I don't know what you're talking about, putters. Are you talking about golf? Oh, computer back on. It proceeds where it left off. So I am pretty sure it has something to do with that. That's interesting. All right, cool. All right, let me go to a drop D. All right, there you go. I think it's pretty high gain, right? Just throwing it out there. Let's add some presence. All right, so that's the Saldano amp. Let's compare what we have so far. Here's the Bogner. All right, has a lot of mid-range to it. All right, and here's the Saldano. All right, let me make sure I'm getting some volume here. Let's do this. All right. Oh, Shredfest. All right, let's do a few more. This will be a lead 800. Viewer suggested Headrush rigs. I really can't type. Let's see. Going to here, and we're gonna pick. Now, there's a bass mod, there's a bright, and there's a TS mod. The bass mod does get a good amount of gain to it. So let's see what we have here. We got gain, presence, master volume, treble. Okay. All right. I don't know if I'm denting or not, but it's doing something cool. All right, so let's mess with this graphic EQ a little bit. So let's do a little scooping, shall we? All right, so all I did right there was I scooped the mids a little bit, and you know, let's go ahead and boost a little bit of 100 hertz now. All right, so whether I think whether you're using an impulse response or a stock cab, I think the power lies within the graphic EQ, or really any EQ, because you can really sculpt the sound to be just like drastically different if you want. So let's really accentuate the upper mids here. All right, let's put this before the amp. All right, I don't like it before the amp. Let's put it after the amp. Now, I don't want to go overboard with the high end. Because I don't want to. Let's bring up the high mids here. All right, back before. All right, cool. Yay. That sounds cool. Oh, this 108 has balls and little cojones. I'm going to take the sticker off. Zack Attack. Oh, yes, Zack Attack. Well. How do you play No More Tears? What's the chord progression? No more tears. Now, if we take this one step farther and add a tube screamer in front of it, right? Let's do that. Let's boost. The sticker oh yeah. Without the sticker, you can't have the 2000 watts. It only goes down, it goes down to like 500 watts or something. All right. I'm keeping the sticker on there. It's fine. Yeah. It's good stuff. I'll leave it on there for a little while just to see how it sounds. All right, cool. Oh, geez. There you go. Just for fun, let's put in a delay. And now that I have this 108, eventually I would like it to get a second one because it's just fun. But for now, I mean, the 108 in my Quilter gives me plenty of stereo wideness I can mess with, so it's plenty. But I'm gonna do a Dyne mono. And eventually I'll do a video on how this Dyne delay works. But for now... Yeah. So here's the delay after the IR. All right. That's high gain enough for me. Let's keep all that, and then we'll do save new rig. And what's the other? All right, let's do a tread. High gain viewer suggested Headrush rig. Bam. Okay. So let's go in and find one of the tread plate ones here. So let's check out the modern. And if it doesn't do it for us, then we can go over with one of the other ones. But for now, let's do the modern here. All right, I think I just heard something. So check this out. I'm trying to see if there's a difference in tone. Yay, I love it when I can't play right. All right, so this amp has the gain, presence, master volume, treble, mid, and bass. All right, so this is actually sounding pretty high gain to me. All right, let's crank the gain all the way up. Yeah, for the trails, you want that to be on. So tails on. So what that's going to do is, let me put this in hybrid mode real fast. Hybrid, and we're going to do tread, okay? So if I hit a chord and then bypass the delays, then the delays keep going, okay? You have to have firmware update 2.0 in order to have that available. But if you haven't updated 2.0, just go ahead and do it. It's great. You'll love it. All right, so all right, so the tread plate modern sounds great. Let's try the raw. Okay, in the same settings. Okay, this definitely has a different tonality to it. So and we're going to turn the treble down. Turn the delay off for a second. All right, this can sound good. I just don't want to mess with it right now. Let's try the vintage. I do like that sound. Let's go back to the modern real fast. All right, cool. than the vintage. All right, the vintage it is. I like the vintage. It's the tread is the dual rec or triple rec or single rec amplifiers, which actually had a dual rec. Let's see, that was 2005, 2006, something like that. It was a long time ago. Almost 15 years ago. That's a long time ago. That was a beast of an amp, though. All right, I'm done playing in drop D. Sorry, I got tuning. That was fun, though. I am not a graceful drop D player, so I do all the typical one finger, you know, Limp Bizkit kind of riffs. Limp Bizkit, let's break stuff. Sounds sick. All right, let's put the tube screamer on. Delay. I really want to play to a backing track now. Let's do it, folks. I hadn't done it in a while, so you can hear me do some guitar wanking, because we are gonna wank it up. Because why not? Yeah, here we go. After the ad. Alright, here's a jam track in E. Oh! I might have to turn down my guitar a little bit. Let's see. Cool. I think it sounds great. That sounds great. So, let me read this here. Woo, yay, sweet, yeah. It's Joe Satriani. Yeah. Really nicely, yeah. All right, so so when I upload these rigs to the cloud, I will include the IR in the download, so you'll have the Celestion Creamback, which I'm pretty sure you can get for free with the Headrush anyway, but I will include it in there, so you'll have that. So. All right, once again, that is plenty of high gain amps. Let's do let me just look through the list here and see if there's any others that I'm missing that could be remotely considered to be high gain. All right, let's do one of the Plexi 69 Plexi options here. Okay, so we're gonna do save new rig, Plexi, gain, viewer suggested Headrush rigs. Still can't type. Space. All right, here we go. So we're going to change the amp. We have a few different options here, so let's just mess around. Here's a plexiglass vary. So let's see what happens if we crank the volume on these things. Turn down the normal volume a little bit. All right, let's. All right, so here's my option here. I either need to turn that down. All right, there we go. So the gain on my graphic EQ is a little high. So when I edit these, I'll go back and make sure the output is not getting too loud. All right. But if it's not loud enough, you just turn up your master volume over here. All right, so whatever that EQ is doing to the sound is definitely giving it some balls, because that sounds great. So I'm scooping some upper mids, some 800 hertz and boosting a little bit of 370. Alright, don't want to get too loud here. Alright, so I think that the 800 range definitely has some honkiness that you can definitely cut out and kind of smooth things out a little bit, because that does sound a little bit smoother to me. Even when you raise some of the upper mids here, it doesn't sound overly bright, so it sounds good. Alright, there's a plexi gain. So let's see what we have here. Let's go bank up. So here's Bogner Red. So I think cutting those mids help with the scoop of the high gain. Let's add our, let me do this. So if you want to save settings for delays, what you can do is go save new preset, and we can do dock dine delay. So now that setting is saved, and I can go back to here and add in my delay, and then dine, and then here's my dock dine delay. So now we have the exact same settings as the other rig. I don't have to mess with that. Same thing for the JRC, which I usually have it on the same. Shoot, didn't want to do that. Usually have this on the same setting anyways. Volume all the way up, so it's driving the amp. Alright, and I'm actually going to go ahead and save that setting here. So let's go save. No, sorry. Go in here. Save new preset, and we're going to say dock TS. So there's my dock TS preset, 0 drive, middle of the road high tone, and 100% volume. Alright. So now when I go to here, I can scoop that down. I can add in my distortion, dock TS, bam, bada, boom. It's all touch and go, very easy. So there you go. It makes things very quick. Acoustic guitar. We're doing high gain amps in here, fool. Kidding. I can do acoustic guitar rigs next week. I think that'd be a good thing to look over there. Because I do see a lot of questions about that. Let's turn down those mids. About 6. And then bring in here. Bam, ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Alright, so here's a Saldana. Oh, so sweet. Belly dance. There you go. You don't want me belly dancing. I gotta lose a belly or two myself. It can be pretty bad, let me tell you. Yeah, let's just go in here and make that. Go here, cut that. All right. All right, so back to beginning. So here's our Wagner Red. All right. So Danyo. And lead 800. All right, so this definitely has a lot more volume to it. There will not be a Doc's belly dance class, that is for sure. Check my output. All right, output's too much. So let's bring down the master. All right, here's another question I have for you guys. Because it drastically cuts down on my time. But when I upload these to the cloud, which they're on my website as well, but if I upload them to the cloud, does it help you to have individual rig names available to download, or would you rather just download them all as a weekly pack? So you get one download, you get all the rigs from that week, and you don't have to worry about individually downloading all of them, separately. So let me know. I know as far as searching, it makes it more beneficial to have individually named downloads, so that way you can search for a specific song and not just a generic download for a bundle of rigs. But I don't know, I'm still trying to figure that out. So that was the tread. Here's the plexi. All right, so I think the guy that was asking about like a Joe Satriani kind of rig, not having it sound the way he wanted or whatnot. I mean, really any of these amps would do great. Yeah, I mean, I can do it by name. It just takes me a little bit longer, but yeah, I think any of these amps would be great for like a Joe Satriani kind of thing. A little bit of delay, a little bit of tube screamer, get the gain where you want on the amp and just, play the parts. So, trying to think of a song. No, that is can't remember the name of the Satriani song, but Top Gun is Anyway, something like that. If you think the melodies are similar, maybe they are a little similar, but anyway, it's just the way it is. I think that's all the rigs I'm going to do tonight. If I'm going to upload these rigs to the cloud, I gotta get cracking on it because I got a few weeks backed up. I gotta do. So, thanks for tuning in tonight. This has been a fun way of breaking in the little 108 speaker. And here is the speaker again in context to the Headrush. There you go. Yep. All right, so there you go, guys. Headrush 108. Even if you have the 12, I mean, the 12 is still great. You know, it sounds still sounds great. But for me, I'm always wanting to go small, wanting to, you know, get lightweight as I can, not take up tons of room here in the studio because I don't have tons of room. So this 108 is going to be a great addition to kind of tuck away against the wall and move out of the way. So thanks guys for watching. I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video.